Why is transparency vital to the safety of our democracy? Governments often use the work produced by think tanks, lobbyists and other organisations to inform policy-making decisions and legislation, and some members of these organisations can find themselves with senior advisory roles within the government itself. They can make a valuable contribution to public debate by generating new ideas and providing valuable research. However, the problem with this way of working is that it can allow the rich and powerful to produce ideologically driven research which benefits their own interests by laundering their reputations, influencing media debate and shaping government policies. Media organisations such as the BBC have allowed hundreds of uncritical appearances by experts linked to think tanks and organisations claiming to be think tanks with opaque funding. Former Prime Minister Liz Truss and her Chancellor Kwasi Kwarteng were described as being incubated by the IEA, a think tank that doesn't disclose where all of its funding comes from.
The Institute of Economic Affairs has been rated by various other think tanks as being non-transparent in the financing of its organisation. Now, we're all entitled to have our opinions here.
Despite the fact that organisations such as the IEA seem to be the only ones celebrating the disastrous mini-budget that saw the pound crash, the revolving doors between Whitehall and think tanks continue to spin. These organisations proudly boast of the influence they have over public life, and so it's only fair that they should be held to a basic level of accountability, especially when it comes to where their funding is coming from. And that is why openDemocracy is relaunching Who Funds You. Using publicly available information, we rank the funding transparency of think tanks, lobbying groups and political campaigns and rate them from A to E. We found that 9 think tanks were very opaque about their funding, earning them the E grade. Between them, these think tanks had an income of at least £14.3 million over the last 2 years. And because they won't reveal their funding sources, it is nearly impossible for us to know where all of this money has been coming from. Our intent with the Who Funds You project is to promote funding transparency and to provide a resource so that civil servants, journalists and the general public are able to stay better informed about these independent organisations. openDemocracy isn't a think tank, and it'd be a bit silly if we were grading ourselves on how transparent we think we are. But as a media organisation, we pride ourselves on our transparency when it comes to where our funding comes from. You can find out more information by checking out the funding page on our website, and we'll also put a link to that page in the description of this video. You can support us on our journey to a transparent future by donating to openDemocracy. You'll find all the links you need to do so in the description of this video. You can also now leave us a super thanks, so if you found this video informative, that'd be a great way of letting us know. Thanks for watching and have a great day.